Stella to stop eating for like 5 seconds.
Stella, come here.
Hey guys, what's up? Thank you for watching and welcome back to my channel. Today I am filming another Halloween makeup tutorial, so I'm super excited. I think I'm gonna go along the lines of like a zombie look. I'm not really sure what I'm gonna do. I'm going to kind of go with the flow, so we'll see what happens. I already have my face makeup on and my eyebrows because I just got home from work and I just left it on so that the video is not super long. So we're just gonna get right into it. If you wanna see how I get this Halloween makeup look, then please keep watching. Okay, so I'm starting out with this liquid latex first. Basically, what you do for special effects makeup, or at least like this part of special effects makeup, you're putting a layer of the liquid latex on and then a layer of tissue paper or toilet paper, whatever you prefer. You put that over top of your liquid latex and then you put another layer of liquid latex over top of it. And then you just kind of keep building on until it's pretty thick, and you also have to dry it with a hair dryer in between each layer so that it starts to harden. So I'm just using this palette here and I'm pouring the liquid latex in the center. And you want a decent amount. I'm filling it up all the way in the middle. Oh, it smells so bad. So I have this nasty brush that I actually used when I was practicing with the liquid latex. And it's really hard. Make sure that you use like a really crappy brush that you don't care about because it will ruin your brush. But I'm gonna try to reuse this. It's like glued together. Taking a thin layer, I'm gonna do an opening of my skin right around here. Oh, that's kind of burning my eyes. You have to work super fast with this stuff, like really fast, because it dries so quick. Then I'm putting the toilet paper over top. Okay, and then you're putting another layer over top. Okay, and then when that second layer is on, you're gonna grab your hair dryer on low, and you're just drying that. Putting another layer of the liquid latex. Another piece of toilet paper. And you're gonna repeat the same steps about 5 or 6 times, depending on how thick you want it and how deep you want your wound to look. Okay, so I can't really talk very well because it's kind of like holding my lips down on this side, but you kind of want to make sure that it's all the way dry before you start cutting into the latex. And also it'll start turning yellow. I don't know if you guys can see. It's kind of hard to see in this light, but it starts turning yellow when it's like pretty much dry. So right now I feel like it's just a little tacky, which is okay. So I think we're ready to cut. But first, just to blend it in with my skin, I'm gonna go over top of it with the same foundation that I used today, which is the MAC Studio Fix Fluid Foundation in NC37. And I'm just gonna put that on my beauty blender and just pretend that it's my skin. Just to blend it in a little bit more. And we will be doing a lot of shading. I'm just going to set that foundation with a translucent setting powder. Okay, so now that I have that set, I'm just gonna use my Anastasia Beverly Hills Contour Kit. This is in the light to medium. And I'm just gonna kind of mix all of these just to kind of bruise up my face a little bit on this patch. And I'm more focusing on the outside of the latex. And then working my way in. Then I'm taking my Modern Renaissance Anastasia Beverly Hills eyeshadow palette and I'm using this red ochre right there, kind of doing the edges. And I'm gonna kind of brush it to the inside, but very lightly. So it's gonna be darker on the outside of the wound and then lighter as you go in. Back in to contour kit and just dab a little bit of brown in the center. I think it's time to cut. All the tackiness is gone. So I'm taking these small little nail scissors and I'm first going to puncture a hole, being very gentle because you don't want to stab yourself. Okay, and I'm just cutting all the way across. Okay, that's good enough. Okay, so in order to make it seem like your wound is pretty deep, you want to have it pretty dark in the center of the wound. So I'm actually going to put some dark liquid foundation just as a base for inside here, and I'm using the MAC mineralized, oh wait, sorry, no, this is the MAC Studio Fix Fluid Foundation. It's in NW50. Putting a little bit of that on my beauty blender and just dabbing it in. And it's okay if some of it gets on the outer part of the cut. And then I'm going to set that with a translucent setting powder. Okay, so I'm gonna do some exposed bone right here. So what I'm doing is I'm taking a Q-tip and I'm just cutting it so that it's about like an inch long. And I'm sticking it underneath the latex, making sure that it's pretty secure. Okay, I think I'm just gonna do 3. So I'm actually gonna go over top of that with the NW50 foundation, just so it all blends in. Whoa. I'm only gonna put a little bit on. I'm gonna use my Modern Renaissance palette and go in with the darkest shade of brown. Right there. And I'm just lightly okay, so I'm gonna leave the wound how it is right now. We're gonna come back to it, but for right now I'm gonna start bruising up my face, and I'm gonna do really, really dark eyes. I'm gonna start out using a black liner for my waterline. Starting out with a brown and just placing it on my lid, kind of being messy with it. So now I'm gonna slowly bring that brown up into my brow bone. On the inner corner of my eye, and then we'll work our way down. Kind of following the shape of my face and just like where my bags under my eyes would usually be. And I'm kind of sweeping that brown. And then I'm taking another blending brush and taking some black and making it a little darker underneath my waterline. I'm gonna do right by my top lash line too. Okay, I'm gonna take a lighter brown and in my contour kit and kind of just sweep it down a little bit so that my whole face is a little bit bruised. Just kind of blending it up to the top of my forehead. Okay, so I'm gonna add a little bit of the red that I used in the Modern Renaissance palette, the red ochre. And I think I'm gonna put it in the lash line. Kind of bleed it down a little bit. And then I'm taking contour kit and darkening my nose up a little bit. Up into my forehead, just as a base. Going back into that dark brown. Bring some red down into above my lips. Okay, and now I'm going to bleed my lips a little bit, kind of make them look bruised. I'm just taking a red eyeshadow and kind of outlining my lips. Okay, so now I'm gonna do a little bit more on my forehead. Okay, now I'm gonna do a little bit more on my neck, so my neck blends in. So what I did is I dipped 3 of my fingers into the red, and I just kind of went across my chest to make it look like a scratch. I know, lovely, right? Now I'm taking some toilet paper and I'm just kind of going over my neck just to kind of buff everything out. And my chest. Since this is like more of the off the shoulder, I need to add more. And just kind of being messy with it and then buffing it out with the toilet paper. Using red and browns. Oh no. That actually works too. I'm just dipping this into my brown eyeshadow. Okay, I'm gonna gonna do that scratch one more time so it's a little more vibrant. I'm just gonna add a little bit more to my forehead. So back to this guy. I'm gonna outline this a little bit with a dark shadow. And then adding more of the red. I'm gonna add some black. And a little brown. I feel like this side needs something. Just kind of fanning it out. Now for the fun part, I have this Maron blood gel. I got this on Amazon. This stuff dries really quickly too, so you kind of have to work fast and figure out where you want to put it really quickly. So first what I'm going to do is put it inside of the wound. Okay, so I'm gonna actually put some flowers inside these bones to make it look like there's flowers growing out of my face. I'm gonna make it a little bloody. Bless you, Bentley. So I'm just gonna take some of this blood gel and put it on my finger. This stuff is really sticky. And just kind of put some blood on the flower petals. And if the blood gel is still wet, it should stick pretty easily. Add one more. I have little leaves that I can use. So now I'm dipping my finger in that blood gel and I'm going to dab that on to where I put the wound. Where I put that eyeshadow, I'm gonna kind of put a little bit of the blood. Okay, so I need a little bit more shading on the wound. So I'm using this Morphe palette because it has like all the colors I really need. And I'm using some browns and also going to use some reds. So I think I'm finished. Take my hair down. Okay guys, so I think I am finished with my forest zombie look. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and like always, if you did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe and share. Stay tuned for my next Halloween look. I have a couple more in store. Sorry if I look weird talking. I can't really open my mouth all the way because this is keeping my lips together. So I hope you guys have a good weekend, and until next time. Bye.